Hey everybody, this is TotalGamerJunkie. I want to welcome you all back to my channel. So in this video, I want to talk about this game that recently came out, Road 96, which in a lot of ways reminded me of Life is Strange 2, and in a lot of ways did a lot of things better than Life is Strange 2. Now I want to make this very clear, I am in no way dunking on Life is Strange 2. I enjoy Life is Strange 1, 2, Before the Storm, and The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. But Life is Strange 2 wasn't as good as, and you may hate me for saying this, as Before the Storm, because as we know, Before the Storm, it's not that it was a prequel, it's because Life is Strange 2, we didn't get to form as many connections with people as we did in Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm. We were always on the move, so it was hard to form connections. So that's why that's why True Colors is. I really hope this game, from what we've seen, it looks very good. I'm hoping it will be good. You know, fingers crossed. That's why I'm glad that True Colors is staying in one place. That's one of the things, like, I think all Life is Strange games should do, just have the character be in one place. Now, basically the goal of Road 96 is, I won't spoil it like too much for you in case you want to play it, but Road 96 just has you trying to cross the border. Essentially, you're trying to get out of your country and to go to another one. Very similar plot to Life is Strange 2, except you're not traveling with anyone that has superpowers. Now along the way you meet 8 people. You meet Zoe, and this chick's like the Chuck Norris of Connect 4, let me tell ya. Alex, who gives Chloe a run for her hellers. Stan and Mitch, they're like the Butch and Sundance of the game. This chick called Sonia, and she's just so insufferable. Kid you not, it's like every time I hear her talk, it's just like listening to glass being broken. Got this guy Jared, who's a noir, depressed looking guy. Like, there's a reason for that. Fanny, she's a cop, and there's John. So that's 8 characters who you'll constantly meet in the game, and this is why I mean constantly, in case any of you are getting confused. So I finished the game, and what happens is, when you're playing as a character, there's like a timer thing for a number of days to an election, about these 2 people, Tarek and Flores. Now, when you travel, there's multiple ways you can do it. You can hitchhike, catch a bus, steal a car, call a taxi. Yeah, there's those are really the main ways you can get by. And as you're traveling, you'll meet those 8 people I mentioned. Now there are different scenarios. Now I've only finished the game I finished the game once, and right now I'm going through a new game plus. That's what the footage is, you should be seeing. But what happens is, you have a number of ways to cross the border, and when you do that, like, you can even, like, there are a few times where you can apparently die in the game. I haven't died, so I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard people say it is, so it could be true. Like, if it is, then I'm sorry because I didn't experience any death in my playthroughs. But basically, when you cross the border, you switch to a new character, and then this new character meets the other characters, Zoe, John, Alex, Jared. So you meet them again, and their stories progress, even with you playing as a new character. So they don't know who this new character is that you're playing, but we know who these characters are. And I feel this is where Life is Strange really missed. I wouldn't say it dropped the ball, but it missed its mark here. You see, if Sean and Daniel were trying to cross the border to get to Puerto Lobos, and they ended up meeting a bunch of people who were going in that direction, I think it would have been interesting. So you see them in, say, episode 2, and then you run into them again in episode 4, and then 5, you know, just like keep meeting. You can meet new people, but also have these same people reappear, so that way you form this connections, because like, and I'm not putting shit on Life is Strange 2. In fact, a lot of you might give me shit for this, but while Life is Strange 2, like, the campaign wasn't as good as Life is Strange 1, I personally believe that the ending for Life is Strange 2, well, endings, was better than the endings for Life is Strange 1. And the reason is, after Daniel or Sean, or Daniel and Sean cross the border, we get a time skip and we get to see what happens to one or both of them. Now, see, with Life is Strange 1, we didn't get that. Like, there wasn't that amount, like, I mean, Chloe's alive, okay, so I was like, yes, I kept Chloe alive, because, you know, Bay over Bay, that's just me. But basically, what we get is, if you choose to sacrifice Arcadia Bay, the game just picks up the next day after the storm. Max and Chloe just leave Arcadia Bay. But if you choose to sacrifice Chloe to save Arcadia Bay, then it goes back to the bathroom, Chloe dies, and then it jumps forward. Like, we see pictures showing what this new timeline is. But then we jump forward and Max is attending Chloe's funeral. The butterfly that gave her her powers is there. It's kind of left ambiguous if the butterfly is meant to represent Chloe, like rebirth or whatever. I'm not too familiar with all that, all signs, because I know there's some people have butterflies and certain animals and that are part of religions and rebirth, reincarnation. I'm not too sure about that. But Life is Strange 2 like gave us a bit more. We got to see like Sean and Daniel are their mechanics, I believe they are, like Esteban was, who's their father. In one of them, Sean is in Puerto Lobos with Cassidy or Finn, depending on your choices, or it can be neither of them. And Daniel, he's under house arrest, which it's never quite clear why he's under house arrest. Like, because he used his powers to save Sean, to help him get across the border, and I don't know if the government knows about people with powers or not. Like, I guess that kind of complicates the story if you got to go and make it like some type of X-Files type thing, you know, where the government's hunting for people with powers. But you get what I'm saying. So that's like with, as I'm getting off topic here. So with Road 96, there are multiple endings, and each of the characters has their own ending, and depending on what you choose, the characters can live or die. The kid Alex, he can die in the end. Spoiler, which is too late to say that now, but that's one of the endings you can get for him. And I want to talk about how everyone's connected, because there's this I want to give an example here of the show The Connections. So that glass chick, Sonia, the one who speaks like broken glass, she is being targeted by one of the characters, Jared, who wants to kill her. But then these other two guys, Stan and Mitch, are trying to track down Jared to keep Sonia safe, because they're her biggest fans. And there's also another reveal, but I won't go too much into that. And as you progress through the story, you see like all the dots connecting. You can see how these people are connected, like what's happened in the events before the game. Like, because there's an event that happened 10 years prior, an attack, but I'm not gonna go into that. But basically, the attack just affected all of their lives, and you can see that because of the attack, it determines what their viewpoints or what their viewpoints are of certain groups and that. But yeah, I'm just getting off topic again. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, this game is in a lot of ways what Life is Strange 2 should have been. I highly recommend you, like, if not buy the game, at least have a look at it on YouTube. Like, just look at some walkthroughs, because it's an excellent game. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. This is TotalGamerJunkie, signing off.